What is up, you guys? Okay, so today we are going to go there. We are going to be talking about poop. So I know it's not the most glamorous topic, but your stool can actually give you some amazing clues about your digestion, gut health, and hydration, and actually even your stress levels. So it's super important. I don't know about you, but like after I go number 2, I always take a look-see in the toilet bowl, and that may seem really gross for those of you that don't do that, but if you don't do that, I'm going to encourage you to start doing that, because your poop can tell you a very important message every single day, if you are pooping every day, about what exactly is going on in your body with your health. And all you have to know essentially is what to look for in the bowl. So if your digestion is off, your immune system, your energy levels, your hormones, even your mood can take a huge hit, you guys. So let's break down what exactly your poop is telling you. So what is normal? Let's start with the basics with this. So a healthy poop is usually a medium brown color. It's a soft sausage shape. You may go once a day. You may go up to 3 times a day. That's all in the realm of normal. There's no undigested food bits in there. There's definitely no blood, and there's no foul odor. That one might surprise you. How often do you go in a bathroom where you're like, holy, like someone just destroyed this? But it should come out easily without straining. And this is key. You should feel fully emptied, like you have fully gotten rid of the contents. So it's a little bit of a gross analogy, but think of the texture like toothpaste. So you don't want it too hard and you don't want it too runny. It's a nice kind of like paste. So a lot of you probably heard of the Bristol Stool Chart. So this is a scale used by doctors. Basically, I'm just going to go over each. Type 1, so you see separate hard lumps. They're hard to pass. You may consider this rabbit droppings. So this could be caused by constipation. What causes that? Imbalanced diet, lacking fruit and vegetables, lacking fiber. You could be eating high in animal fats, high in protein, processed foods. You could just be super stressed out, or you could have scarring and adhesions in the intestinal, parasites, street drugs, certain types of medications, an imbalance of gut flora, allergies, laxative abuse. There's a lot of things. Type 2, sausage shaped and lumpy, still uncomfortable to pass, and the same stuff as constipation, the exact same things for type 2. Type 3, this is your sausage shaped with cracks on the surface. You should not have to strain, and there should be no marks left on the stool, and there should be no foul smell. Type 4, again, smooth, a snake-like kind of sausage. So type 3 and 4 are considered your normal stool. That's healthy. Type 5, soft blobs with distinct edges, easy to pass. This, however, is a precursor to diarrhea. This would be potentially foul smelling. This happens once in a while, it's totally normal, you guys, like if you have too much coffee. But if this is occurring regularly, you need to reevaluate your diet. Reduce intake of alcohol, of processed foods, of animal fats in some cases. Reduce fruit, sugar, or make sure you have a good balance of protein, a good balance of vegetables and grains in your diet. Type 6, so this is the fluffy pieces with ragged edges, and this has a mushy consistency. You're usually going to have urgency associated with diarrhea. Watery stools mean your body actually can't extract water, electrolytes, and nutrients properly from the food you're eating, causing malnutrition, dehydration, and severe diarrhea. Severe diarrhea can cause all sorts of problems, so make sure you get checked out. Causes of diarrhea could be food poisoning, stress, both physical and emotional. They can cause irritable bowel syndrome, allergies, as I mentioned before, intolerances, parasitic invasions, use of antibiotics, use of laxatives, and then anorexia, bulimia, and other psychosomatic disorders can also contribute to having diarrhea. And type 7, this is your watery stool, completely liquid, no solid pieces at all, which has the exact same indications as type 6. That is a verbal diarrhea, if you will, of the Bristol Stool Chart. So what are some severe red flags you need to look out for? These are some signs your poop is like waving like a flag, like please check us out further. Floating stools could mean fat malabsorption or low bile production. Very pale or clay colored poop could indicate liver or gallbladder problems. Black tarry stools might mean bleeding in the upper GI tract, and then bright red blood coming out could indicate hemorrhoids, but also it could indicate something else more serious that you need to check out. And number 5, a strong foul odor could indicate an imbalance of gut bacteria or poor digestion. So definitely don't ignore those signs, you guys, especially if they persist. If that happens like one time, like you have a hemorrhoid and then there's bright red blood, like you kind of can put it together, but it's happening regularly and you don't know why, definitely get it checked out. So basically your poop is this beautiful reflection of your lifestyle. So what can throw it off? We already talked about these, but just as a little review. So low fiber diet, dehydration, stress, antibiotics, processed food, food intolerances like to dairy or gluten. That's a huge one, you guys. Things that are going to really help have these beautiful, nice stools. That's going to be high fiber foods like veggies, fruit, and whole grains, staying very hydrated. So aim for half your weight in ounces. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut are super great. I really don't like kefir or sauerkraut, so I have to load up on the yogurt. Regular exercise is super important. Deep breathing for stress. You can also do a probiotic if you would like, but there's a whole range of lackluster probiotics to really good ones. So make sure you talk to your provider about which probiotic to use. So as I mentioned before, what's a normal frequency of going to the bathroom? So once a day is great, but you could also go up to 3 times a day. Sometimes I think it's like kind of abnormal to go 3 times a day, but then actually researching this video made me realize, oh, actually that isn't abnormal. So that's really good to know. 1 to 3 times. So lastly, I wanted to discuss the gut-brain connection. So did you know that your gut actually has its own nervous system? And it's called the enteric nervous system. It is connected to your brain through something called the vagus nerve. So if you're super stressed, anxious, you're completely burnt out, it actually will show up in the toilet, which is super insane. But if you're experiencing constipation or diarrhea during these times when you're super stressed, it's a real connection. Your poop directly reflects and reacts, in a sense, to your emotional state. So what do you do if things are off? So like I said, definitely get checked out by your provider, but what they're gonna wanna know is what has the poop been like? So keep a poop log. Track the color, the shape, the frequency, and then how you feel, because remember there's that connection. So definitely if you're seeing blood, if you have sudden changes or you have a ton of pain, make sure you go in ASAP. So yeah, it's not a glamorous topic, it's pretty gross, but the reality is it's actually this amazing insight into what's going on inside of our bodies. Like what other way can we really see, oh, okay, like clearly I'm lacking in this, and this because my poop looks like this. Like that's pretty cool. It's like a direct clue. So think about your poop as this like badass messenger that's like coming out to be like, hello, can you see all the things that are right? Can you see all the things that are potentially wrong? It's pretty awesome. So but yeah, it definitely, when I was researching this video, when it said that a foul smell isn't normal, I was like, interesting. So, all those times that you go in the bathroom and you're like, oh my goodness, someone just, completely destroyed this facility. It meant that something was off, like with their diet, or they were super stressed. So yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to learn more about your poop. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you weren't eating, viewing of this video. And if you were, then you have a iron stomach, and props to you, or you're a nurse. All right, guys, until the next one, we'll see you on the other side.